Yeah, I'm making some more flyers.
Some more
people.
So I get them and put them out.
Yeah.
We got to put them out. You know what I'm saying? We got to put them in the hands instead of the ones run from campaign. We can do that, but the ones like this, you got to put them in people's hands. They want to see us at the gate, put them in the hands.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? It's like, I see what you're saying. You want to be helping more. But people, we got to let the people know what's going on. We can't we tell them on the radio stuff. This is what happened. This is what he said happened.
Yeah, he gonna have to speak up, though.
Yeah, but the 60 people that come to Union Hall.
Right.
That's why I want everybody to know. I want everybody to know.
Right.
To know. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to help us.
Right.
This guy stepping down, he's saying, him and Shanahan, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That make us look good.
Right.
Even though we spend the money on helping him, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I mean?
David, big time.
We said Jumbo.
Yeah, Jumbo, do work. And then he said, Dana, love you.
They all know. They can't believe it, Matt. They can't believe I talk to Dana. I'm not talking to anybody, man.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah. And your boy was sucking up at his dizzy. Start calling him dizzy. In the cafeteria. He in the cafeteria acting like he's doing some work you said. He want us to say it. You ain't going to lunch? You ain't going to the cafeteria?
I was eating in the lunchroom.
What lunchroom?
You know how they got an outside part and then they got where the TV's at? I was in there with the TV because it's warm outside. I mean, it's cold in there.
Oh, okay.
So
you know, he's right there waiting for us. He sit there like right there like he's doing his job. And see us, right? And I'm glad I put flyers out. But you don't have to put a lot of flyers out. So don't forget now, I pay the boy, I'm paying the boy, cleaning guy. Right. When you go out, you gotta check the top refrigerator. I gave 20 and I've been giving him 10 a week, right?
I put some up in feeders and I put some over in the centers.
But what happens is when they clean up, instead of throwing them out, you gotta grab them. If you don't grab them, Dana and them will go in the trash. They're in the cafeteria where you sit.
Right. What's up, Pete? What's going on, man? Good to see you.
What's your phone number? What's your phone number? What's your phone number? 267? What's your phone number?
267. 235. 1588.
I'm gonna pay that guy too. Otherwise he's gonna be mad. You know how much it's gonna be. I put 4,500 on yesterday for my mom teeth. You know what I'm saying? I spent about another 3 or something on campaign stuff.
Good morning, good morning. Hope everybody's enjoying this chilly weather here in Philly and wherever you up may be. Please stay warm. Please stay warm. It's bad out there in certain parts of the country. To all my brothers over there and sisters in the Midwest, man, you guys gotta wrap up. I wouldn't even go out if I didn't have to. They're talking about negative 23 and 55 and all this in some parts of over there in the Midwest. You guys gotta, be careful, and stay careful. You're listening to another live edition of the 623 Lives Matter show on WOM 92.9 South Philadelphia Community Radio. Again, thank you guys for listening in on the radio and everybody that's watching on Facebook Live. We thank you and we appreciate all the support and all the messages that you send us throughout the week. We wouldn't be able to do this without you, and we really appreciate all the encouragement that you guys have been giving us throughout the course of us doing this show. You got our brother here, Jumbo, trustee on our executive board. Jumbo, what's going on?
Like you said with the weather, Chicago and Minnesota, if you got sick days, use them.
I hear you, man. It's bad over there. But we're going to get right into it. I know you guys are waiting for the drawing to see who won. We're going to do that a little later. But you guys know that we put out these new flyers. There's a little series called Members Speak. We wanted the membership to see that it's not just us saying these things. We wanted that all the other members to see that it's their co-workers, the people that work right beside them, the people that deliver with them, the people that load their trucks, people that sort with them. We wanted you to see that these are the exact words from people that you work with right beside every single day. I know I put some out this morning up in the feeder department and in front of the centers. They're going to be at Oregon Avenue soon. Just make sure you read it and really understand what each member is saying. Every member has a story of why they want new leadership. I'm pretty sure everyone that's listening here, you have your own reasons of why that you want new leadership and why we need new leadership. And we're going to get our chance later on this year in about 9 months. Because myself, Jumbo, and the rest of the team, we always hear, hey, these guys got to go, they this, they that. And sounds good, it does. But you got to make sure that you put it on paper this time, because if you don't, it's going to be the same thing over and over again. And that's what we cannot have. For everybody that's wondering what's going on with the contract, you have the Western New York and Upstate New York, who's actually voting right now. They count their ballots on February the 5th. I believe the tally will be counted on at 4 o'clock on February the 5th. So again, when we get those numbers, you know we're going to post them up in our group and keep you guys informed of what's going on, because you know we need to know what's going on with the contract, when it's going to be implemented, and how it's going to affect us. So Jumbo, what you got?
All right. First thing I got.
What you got?
First thing I got is the brothers been stopping me about this new. They took 45 guys from the building, from inside the hub.
Right.
So they took, I think we get 10 on building shift, 35 outside. So guys with seniority are saying, right, how can you do that? We ain't supposed to go by seniority. Well, I got guys with 20 years on preload saying they want to ramp, or shift.
Right.
And this is wrong. Once again, this is a violation of the union, right? So, Shanahan, how can you explain this? The members are very upset.
Well, you remember in the shop store meeting, in our first meeting of the year, Clarence asked him. He said, "Hey, you know, if these are new jobs, shouldn't they be bidded?" And he didn't have an answer. He didn't, because if you get a new job, it should be bidded. Because I think Clarence was saying you got a guy who's been, and this is not knocking anybody, but being a union employee, seniority matters. It's what separates and protects all of us from each other. Seniority, you know what I mean? So if I just went full time 3 months ago, and I got a guy or a sister who wants the building shift job, and I've been there waiting for 15 years, then the guy with 3 months seniority get it. That's a problem. So what you're telling me is my seniority don't mean anything. And like you said, he didn't have an answer.
Yeah, you shouldn't have brought seniority up, because certain locals across the country, seniority means a lot. Just like at America, seniority means a lot. That's what it means, seniority.
Right. At
local 623, seniority means nothing. It means nothing. I've been there 20-something years, right? Look, on preload, it's like they treat me like it's my first day. It's sad that seniority means a lot to other locals. It means nothing at all in this building. Last week we had the principal officer, Bill Shanahan, in the building. We had a driver with a fever, 102 degrees, with a fever, right? Sick. He wanted to go home. They refused to let him home. They refused to let him go home. They called the driver at home with less seniority than him and told him to stay home because he wasn't a runner. So now you tell me about seniority.
Well, I know what the books say, and I know we have a contract because we have to abide by what the book says. Both parties, the company and our members, you know, we have to abide by it because that's the only protection against the company. If we don't abide by it, then we're not protected.
All right, so we'll talk about seniority again. So the same guys that said that they didn't post them jobs and their seniority being violated, so they said, Hooker, you answered this question, Hooker. They said they got 8 seniority lists on the ramp. They said, are they going to have 9 now?
And that's a problem. All those lists up there like that. But you're right though. If they're gonna bring those new jobs in, I guess they're gonna have to create a new list.
It might be 10 because you got a list for building shift and a building shift for the rent. So building shift might have another list.
Right.
List
right. That doesn't make any sense though. I mean, ain't it all the same job?
You keep saying the contract says this, but our local does whatever they want to do.
Yeah, I know, man. I know. But we wanted to talk on another issue that is not as bad as it was in 2016. It has gone down a whole lot, and I think it's because people are finally opening up their eyes. But we got to talk about it because, and I'm gonna preface it with this: our last union meeting, there was a brother there that I'd never seen there before. He was a long-time driver before he took a inside job. So he asked some questions at the hall, and he was there for the bylaw amendment and everything. So when we got back to the building, and this guy never spoke to me ever. I mean, I'm talking about 20 years, never said anything to me, didn't even want to look at me in my face. I mean, oh my God, he just didn't want to have nothing to do with me. So this past Tuesday, he saw me, and he waved me over to him, me and Clarence, and we was like, man, what's going on? This guy never talked to me. So what he did was he pulled me on and he said, listen, I read your stuff, and you know it's good. So we explained to him in more detail about what we were trying to do once we get in office with the transparency, education, and all those things like that. And he said, it sounds good, but will you fight for everybody? And I looked kind of puzzled, and I was like, man, you know, yeah. I mean, if you look at the bylaw, it has, you know, it's for everybody that's going to benefit from it, the one that we proposed. So we kept talking about the whole transparency thing, how would it help everybody. And so his issue was, it was a race issue, because he's a white member, and everybody knows I'm African American, and I don't know if you guys know that in the 100 existence of our local, there's always been I believe a white principal officer. Right. So the whole racial thing, it comes up every once in a while, but it's not as bad as 2016. So me and his brother was talking, and he finally came out with it. He said, hey man, listen, you know, Espo, he's white, he's the only, you know, they believe that he's the only white guy. Then he called him a token white. And we was like, whoa, you know, that's not what we do here. And I had to explain to him, don't let race cause you to vote a certain way, whether it's white or black or whatever, because we're going down a dead-end road, and it has nothing to do with race. It has to do with the people that's protecting us. And I try to explain that to him. The company that we work for does not care about race at all. I just did a show with a brother from South Carolina, Joey Mitchell. This is the brother that was said he was out of service, wasn't fired, wasn't suspended. They just told him, yo, we don't need your services no more. And he's sitting home for what? For nothing. And he's a white guy. UPS doesn't care about what color you are. They're going to harass you. They're going to suspend you. They're going to fire you. They're going to do whatever they can to get rid of you. They don't care. So my question is to all our brothers and sisters here, Local 623, why do you care about race? You got to get out of that notion of that race, this, race, that. And that's why we never changed the name, because I just believe, this is my personal belief, that as a leader, you have to make your people uncomfortable about when we're going in the wrong direction, because they want to, you know, correlate it with race, and this is why I can't vote for this one, this is why I can't vote for that one. You can't, we got to get out of that. We got to get out of that as a union. You know, we understand the country is all, you know, racial divide, this, that, and the other, but race issues have no place in our union, especially the company that we work for. Man, they do not care nothing about what you look like, where you come from, your culture, your creed. They do not care. So my invitation to you guys and gals, we got to get out of this whole thing with race. We got to get out. This is 2019. Listen, look at Hoffa. You think he cared about race when he told you weren't going to pay $9, 9 cents, and all this other kind of stuff?
$90.
$90. You think they cared about race? You think the IBT cared about the race when they threw this contract on us? They didn't care. All they cared about was taking your money, and that's it. So what we got to do is stop focusing on one thing, especially color. Focus on the content, the context, and the character of a person. Leave that color stuff at home. That stuff doesn't mean anything. All it's gonna do is make you delusional about why you're voting in the first place. You gotta get out of. You gotta get out of. This is. We gotta be progressive in our thinking. You understand what I'm saying? So, Jumbo, what you think about that?
Well, before you give me the mic, I want you to explain to a lot of people think that our name is racial
Right.
or offensive.
Right.
So I want to explain to them
Right.
why you took that name and what it means.
The reason why we came up with that name, because unions in general, they're far behind anything social. And now when I started UPS about 20 years ago, it was a lot of older members, right? Now it's a lot of younger members, and UPS has taken advantage of that, because if you notice, our members, they respond better to the management than they do to our own local officials. One, because they into the same thing. You see them with all the crazy hair and all this other kind of stuff. They go to the same places, they do the same things. But us as union members and special officials, they don't have that type of relationship or communication with our officials. So they feel more comfortable dealing with the company. And that's why the company gets over on us a lot of times, because they have a better relationship psychologically and socially with our members than our own officials do. And that's why it was easier for them to go along with this whole vote yes and all this other kind of stuff, because number one, the company was giving them something. When they made seniority, they threw them a party. Then they gave them a bonus. Now we're hanging out with each other. We go to the same places, go to the same movie theaters, the same clubs, and all this kind of stuff. All of us look alike. And I'm not talking about color. I'm talking about the way we dress. You can't even tell a supervisor from an hourly anymore like you used to when I first started. They did that on purpose. So now, the union is far behind that. So we had to try to fix that. So you know what we did? We try to bridge the gap between the older member and the, I guess, the quote unquote millennial member. Couldn't even get it out. Because we got to come together. The only way we're going to stop this company from dominating is we got to join together. That was the main reason why we picked that name, because number one, we knew it was going to be an issue with race. So we wanted to make the people that had a problem with it, we wanted them to make them uncomfortable with how they was thinking, so they could change the way they're thinking, so they can see how we're going in the wrong direction. We can't, it has nothing to do with color. If you can lead, no matter what color you are. It doesn't matter. And look what's going on with the people in office. The concessions after concession, the sellouts, they let the company do whatever they want to do, and it has nothing to do with color. It's just bad leadership. It's just bad. So what we gotta do as members, and I'm gonna give you my number. If any member, no matter your color, if you want to have these conversations where we can open up dialogue and talk about race or whatever, call me anytime. We can talk about it. Like the brother that talked to me, like I said, he never talked to me before. He wanted to talk, and once we finished talking, he understood that, hey, listen, I may feel kind of funny about this, but I know we need change. And Hooker has been out there. They've been vocal. Him, the whole team, they've been doing what our people in office should be doing. So it's time for a change. That's what I got out of that conversation. He wanted to make sure that we were going to do the job for everybody, and that was his way of asking me. He was nervous. I could tell. I had to pull it out of him. But once he came out with it, I had to reassure him. Hey, listen, I don't care what color you are. I don't care where you come from. We're going to fight for everybody the same, whether you look like us or don't, whether you vote for us or don't, because this is one union and one family. The goal is to stop UPS from dominating the member contractually. And the only way to do that, we got to work together.
Well, I'm going to give a couple examples. And I want to start off by saying there's one color at UPS is brown. If you can't be brown, you don't need to work there. So, and Hooker was talking about race. Matt Gill was my best friend. He's like a brother to me. Me and him tight. We've been rumbling for years, right? And I don't want to say what color he is, right? But it starts from the union. When I lived in Sharon Hill, it was cool. It was good. I lived in Sharon Hill. The union, he bourdained mine. I moved to Drexel Hill. I'm showing off or something like that. I'm just using this as an example. So, parking my driveway. UPS drivers come, tell me, Jumbo, you live there? I'm like, no, I don't live there. My wife lives there. I'm like, I can't live there? Right. So I'm just saying, even then when we in the building, they said, I'm a jump. I did Drexel Hill. I see a truck in the driveway, right? I said, yeah, that's my wife's house, right? So it got so bad, right? And I told the drivers, like, listen, you want some water, you got to use the bathroom, ring the bell, right? It got so bad with it, though, a lot of times I park around the corner because that shouldn't even be a question.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what happened is, like Hooker said, we got to all come together. It's not about race. We represent everybody.
Right.
And everybody in there could tell you we represent everybody. You know? It's not about race. It's about what's best for the membership. Right. Just like we starting the petition, Richard Hooker for Venice agent. Okay, listen. We're going to get the signatures and everything, right? Shanahan probably knock it down. It's just what's best for the union. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we're trying to do. I reached out to Ron Bennett. They can't believe I called Ron Bennett. We asked Ron Bennett to come up here. Matt Gilbert said I'm getting soft. I talked to Dana. We want everybody to come up here. You come on a radio show and say, what you going to do for 623? If you want to run, what are you going to do for 623? Why should they vote for you? Ron Bennett done ran 2 times. He ran 2 times that I know of, but I think he ran other times. So, I think Ron Bennett, if you're going to run again, he owed to the members to come up here and say, what change is he going to be, yada, yada, yada. Bobby Curry. Bobby Curry's going to be on the show October. He promised me. Now, we have election coming up in November, right? So, Richard Hooker for Secretary Treasurer. And like I said before, why not? Why y'all can't vote for Richard Hooker? And this is what I tell everybody. He proved it to everybody. Listen, what he did at the January meeting was beautiful. I mean, he was on point. He had to tell the principal officer what to do. Everybody's seen, y'all know he needs to be a BA. Y'all know he needs to be principal officer. Come on now. Let's be for real. So what happened is we had an election in November. We need everybody to call Union Hall, make sure they have your correct address and your phone number. And we need you to vote. And don't forget, Richard Hooker for Secretary Treasurer. And we're going to fight for everybody.
Right. Everybody, right. Right. And speaking on, somebody actually asked me to put the invite back out there. So I'm going to do it again, like touch on what Jumbo said. Everybody, whoever's running, we don't have to do it here. There's a show that we do from time to time called Labor Justice Radio. And, you know, we'll hook it up, or even put it on TV, and everybody can get together, sit down and talk about what they've done, what they've been doing, and how they can continue to contribute to the membership on, you know, things they have done throughout the course of this past election cycle, you know. And I think that the members, that was they got some questions, and they'll be able to ask those questions in this setting. And I think that will be good so people can get an idea of who and whom they're going to vote for come October, November. Because, you know, we need change and we want the right people in the office to bring about what we need. And we need a lot. And whoever gets in, it's not going to be easy. We know that because somebody told me the other day, you know, when you guys get in, it's going to be a house on fire. So you're going to have to try to put the fire out and work like that all at the same time. You know what I mean? But we can do it. We just got to get a chance.
Well, I disagree with Hooker. It's not going to be a house on fire, right? Listen, we're going to run the union. Listen, labor, management, they know who run the building. They know who run the building. So, Matt Gilbert been breaking my chops saying, Jumbo, Joni says you're not a shop steward. Listen, the e-board sent an email to UPS, do not recognize Jumbo. Don't do any hearings or meetings with Jumbo, right? Listen, that's up to management. When I come up to you, right, you got to decide whether or not you want to deal with me, right? But listen, so what happened is, you mean to tell me that our e-board is that scared? That they telling management don't deal with me, right? No, it's like Richard Hooker. The principal officer went on a preload. He told the manager, I do not want Richard Hooker doing any hearing. Yo, what are you doing? You're making us look weak.
Yeah.
George Ruggieri and I fought like crazy, right? I go in there and make my deal. George didn't like it, he changed it. He never told management, do not recognize Jumbo. Clarence Bagby. Matt Gilbert was good on pre, though. Matt Gilbert, I know he's listening. Everybody gonna tell him. I don't care. He gonna beat me up tonight. Matt Gilbert was a great shopper. Matt Gilbert should be one of the he should run for principal officer too one day. So what happened is Clarence Bagby. Clarence Bagby is doing a great job. Beautiful job. Prelude, midnight, the whole building, right? So now he put the grievances in. The vice principal says that the vice president, Joni, says that she don't want him in no more hearings. Me and tell me he doing all the work and you don't want him in any hearings, right? That's crazy. Then she tell him to put grievances in, right? How you gonna tell him to put grievances in when you don't want him in the hearing? So what happened is, right, they trying to say, don't use them 3 guys. Everybody know who run everything. Everybody know. Listen, we lost by 8 votes, right? You know what I mean? And I laughed because I said, if you really believe that, you know what I mean? The problem is why we lost by 8 votes, right? Because it's our fault. Hopper gave him a 90-day extension. He gave he gave 90 days to sell it.
You talking about the contract?
Yeah, and they sold it. They sold it. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So we was fighting management all across the country, right? Yeah. They spent millions and millions of dollars doing millions, right? Listen, so I don't feel bad. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm hurt that we lost by 8 votes, right? But a lot of the members are very, very upset because we laid down. But listen, I know I jump all around, but listen, I want to give a shout out to my boys, 804. 804, they represent 3,000 something, no, the 100
something, yeah.
They my boys. Listen, yeah. We're rooting for y'all. Keep up the fight.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, them guys up there, man, well, like the membership, you know, they involve, they don't mind fighting. I think it's the part of the attitude that a New Yorker has just to keep fighting. You know what I mean? So, again, though, like he was saying, yo, this we got another election coming up, y'all. Everybody's saying all this stuff. Yo, we got to get them out, but you got to put it on paper. It's not going to mean nothing if you don't put it on paper, and that's the bottom line. You guys know we got these new flyers out. There's a little series we got going on. I think I got about 9 people right now on them called Members Speak. It's not our words. It's the words from the membership on what they're saying about why they plan on voting against our current e-board. You guys know it. You guys see it. And now more than ever, I keep hearing the same thing. Shanahan is weak. And these are coming from his, you know, most loyal people. And that's the shocking thing. People that you would never thought would say that. They come up to us, yo, I didn't know he was that weak. And that's what they keep saying. But if you know that, what are you going to do about it? That's the key. What you going to do about it? You going to keep telling us that he's weak? You going to keep telling the people beside you that he's weak? Yeah, but you got to put it on paper. That's where it's going to count at. It's going to count on the paper.
And one thing about this show, we'll never make an accusation without backing it up, right? Yeah. We saying Shanahan is weak. Shanahan is weak, right? But listen, we did some research. When Shanahan was a shop steward for Driver with Ron Bennett, Shanahan was tough. Shanahan rumbled UPS. So listen, you always got to tell the truth. They said when he was a driver shop steward, he rumbled. He was a fighter. And I told people that they almost fainted. But what happened is, you always got to tell 2 sides of the story. Right. You just can't say somebody weak when somebody weak, right? Listen, as far as knowledge, Shanahan should be principal officer, but he weak. Right. He just weak. So what happened is, if you have a weak leader, if you had 6 guys in behind you, backing you strong, but he got, I don't count because I'm not with them. They shit, I'm nobody. Right? So what happened? He got 5 guys that against him. So when George retired, everybody don't know the story. They didn't want Shanahan principal officer, Malley and Joni. All right? So they was fighting. So George made some kind of deal, and now he was principal officer. So now the 5 of them fighting him. And this is what happened. You know what I mean? Whartonby was running Oregon Avenue, and I didn't read it. Whartonby told me so many words. I know what Whartonby was saying. I run Oregon Avenue. I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. And Shanahan, I don't know, he's like this thing where about chain of command. Yeah. Yo, listen, when you down the hub, it ain't no chain of command. You got to do what you got to do. So you mean to tell me if Hooker get fired and Whartonby is supposed to be at Oregon Avenue, and he in the building, he can't represent Hooker. That's crazy.
It is.
That's crazy,
It
man.
is.
That's
agree.
crazy.
That don't make any sense.
That don't make no sense.
Like last night, for an example, we had a situation upstairs, and the alternate steward, I didn't feel too comfortable with the situation, what was going on over in the area. So she came and got me. Went over there and we took care of it. And that's how it's supposed to be done. I can go to you, you can come to me, we can go anywhere and say, hey, listen, this is what's happening. Yo, we need to work together and get the member, you know, his job back, or stop him from getting fired, or stop the company from trying to do whatever to him. And that's what we did last night. Now, according to Shanahan, that can't happen.
Right. Right.
That member, I mean, crying, tears coming down her face. Yo, she was like, oh my goodness, this. Went over there, calmed her down, talked to her, told her, come, yo, this is how it's going to be. You can't fire him over technology, this, that, and the other. And that was it.
So, the ramp is Dizzy. Dizzy Gray always been with the ramp. And so he got all of them in his pocket, managers and everything, this and that, right? I think only one person that we're really tight, Ron Arthur. Ron Arthur, me and him always did business. So, I'm walking through the hub last week about 4 o'clock, right? Full-time soup and shop steward. So, I go up there. The full-time soup, he tells me to get away. I don't know if he was upset or not, right? He's talking about, go away, go away, go away. I'm like, excuse me? Go away, go away? I said, you know who I am? He said, go away, go away. So I told him who I was. He was like, what does that mean? What does that mean? I'm like, really? What did that mean? Right? So I stopped a fight from happening. All right? And it was bad. When I tell you it was bad, it was bad. So when it was all said and done, me and that full-time soup went in the office. He said, jump. I didn't know who you were, jump. He said, jump. You had a beard, you had a hat on, right? Okay. We could play them games. But you disrespected me.
Right.
Because your boy Izzy said don't deal with Jumbo. Jumbo's nobody, right? But you know what? Somewhere down the road, me and you going to meet again, right? And you know what? It's going to be on. Because you know what? I never forget. You disrespect. Everybody knows me. Everybody knows me. I'm out there night and day. Everybody across the country knows me. And you going to tell me you didn't know who I was? You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is the shop steward is what Shanahan know. And I went over there and interceded. And resolved it. You understand what I'm saying? So what you telling me is Jumbo only supposed to stay on building ship, don't go on the ramp. So something y'all know, Matt Gilbert and myself, as long as we've been out the airport, we go into any hearing, any meeting there is, right? Listen, you don't want to deal with it, you don't want to deal with it. But I'm glad I was there because what happened is we stopped the fight. It was bad. When I was telling you it was bad, it was bad. I never seen an argument like that. You know what I mean? It was really, really bad. Right. And I'm glad that I was walking around and I seen that's what happened. A lot of times there's fights going on and stuff in the hub, right? And I step up, I go right up and say, yo, what's the problem? And I mean, because, and not only that, we need more shop stewards. Shanahan cut shop stewards. We need shop stewards. You got areas that don't have shop stewards. When something go down, you know what I mean? Ain't no shop steward around. Like on Saturdays and Fridays, you got Marinouche. Marinouche, that's it, right? Yo, you need shop stewards in there. You need shop stewards in there. Shanahan, cost effective.
Right.
It's not in the budget.
Right.
That's what he said. Cost effective,
right.
Not in the budget. Listen, the members had to be represented. You understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
We give them $809 back at the end of the year, right? Listen, to save somebody's job is worth it.
Yeah.
You
can't put a price. Right? You can't put a price on that.
And not only that, everybody's complaining. They stop at the bottom of the hill, Jumbo. Them guys got to go. Them guys got to go. Listen, if you don't put it on paper,
don't mean nothing.
Don't mean nothing. So we had another problem. I'm in Wawa yesterday, 5:20 in the morning. So I see one of our sisters. She said, "Jumbo, they sent me home." I'm like, what are you talking about? They sent you home. They're talking about Jumbo. They said they didn't need any. That everybody had people. I said, hold it. We're gonna take the candidates right now. We're gonna set. Call Clarence Bagley. Clarence Bagley resolved the issue, right? So what I'm saying is, everybody knows where my office is at. My office is at the bottom of the hill. Pull in the parking lot. I got plenty of parking down there. I can get 100 cars down there. Right. Pull in there, you got a problem. You understand what I'm saying? Richard Hooker number is 265-1588. Call many times. Call 24/7. They say you can never get me. So call Hooker, right? Listen, if you got a problem, we're going to take care of it. If you need something, we're going to take care of it. Just like on the side of the road. Side of the road, a lot of times people run out of gas, they got a flat, they call me. I come out there, right? Listen. And, okay, then we had another problem. we had a problem with one of our members. He didn't have transportation, so he wasn't able to come to work. So, you know, it was a bad problem. So Clarence Bagley resolved it. We did it. Whatever discipline he got to get, right? So Kevin Malley gonna go up to him, telling him, you got to come to work. Vice President saying, you got to come to work. Listen, they have union cars that's paid for, right? Yo, they go to Broad Street. They won't even ride nobody to Broad Street. They leave Oregon Avenue. Broad Street is like 8 blocks away. They don't run around Broad Street. Right. They go into Broad and Allegheny. We got people living down Allegheny. They go Allegheny exit. They won't even give them a ride, right? So what happened is, when something is taken care of, why are you going in behind? The members are very, very upset. Right. So now, since I'm on it, let's talk about Dizzy Gray. So Dizzy Gray, once again, the members, he got up there, he talked about TNBC. All right, now, members saying, John, we come down here, we don't want to hear about that. You understand what I'm saying? We want to hear what's going on with the members. And when I'm getting my retro check, am I going to have my health care? Am I going to have my pension when I get done? So they make me work with my lunch. I ain't got time for that. I take off for that, yada, 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 right? So listen, hookers, TNBC, right? I always call it the way I see it, right? So I want to say, what has Dizzy Gray and TNBC ever did for any member, the organization? Right. So I'm standing at the bottom, I'm at the bottom of the hill. Them all night, it's Saturday, 11 o'clock. Teams to come by, drive. So I'm going to jump, I'm going to TNBC. You going down there? I'm like, what I'm going down there for? They don't do nothing for the members. They talk. What I'm saying is, do something for the members. Don't do something for school or something. Do something for your own people. We got people who don't eat, need to cook stuff like that, need to be fed for Thanksgiving. Why don't they feed the people down the hall Thanksgiving, TNBC? Do something for your own people. Don't keep doing something for strangers, right? So he said, John, they drink and they feed you. I said, that's why you going? I said, that's why I'm not involved. All I'm saying is, we don't spend thousands of dollars sending Dizzy Gray all across the country. TNBC. He's never did nothing for a member of 623, the organization. Now I might be wrong. Hooker can straighten me out.
Well, I know they do some stuff during the holidays.
Like what?
For the hospital.
No, I'm talking about for you 623 members. 623 members.
No,
something for 623 members.
I can't say they do.
We spending money. We should be doing something for our own members.
Right. I can't say they do anything for actual, a 623 member. I haven't seen it. If I have, maybe I can't remember that he, Well, you know what? I know they give Kathy some food for the food drive for the church.
Once again, that's for the church. That's not for. I'm talking about for our members. When have they helped the member? A member. Not giving food to Kathy for a pantry for the church. When has TNBC, with thousands and thousands of dollars we spent, did something for a member? Right. Somebody need a coat. Somebody needs heat. Somebody needs something. Right. When has TNBC did something for them?
Right. Now that I can't speak on because I don't know nothing about it. I can't say they have done anything for that on that level. I never seen it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's just like I'm a past master. I'm in the Masons. I'm pretty high up. I walked away because Freemasons, supposed to help the community, yada, yada, yada. Afro-American Masons, all Masons, right? So now, we supposed to help the community. All I know Afro-American Masons is, they have fish fries and parties, which is sad. You know what I mean? The white Masons, they build a retirement home. 50 million, cost 60 million, went 10 million over the budget. They wrote a check, no problem. Their Grandmaster has his own jet for 2 years or whatever, right? Like that. Afro-American Masons, y'all get upset if y'all want. I always tell it the way it is, right? We couldn't even buy a 15-seat used passenger van, right? And I seen the Grandmaster right before 30th Street closed up. Past Grandmaster, Brunson, love him to death. He loved me. He begged me to come back. I said, I'm done. I left because they said that they wanted all Grandmasters that have degrees now, right? What do you mean degree? If you could do the job, you could do the job. You understand what I'm saying? So I really left because they start bringing state troopers, doctors, lawyers, and they was breaking the rule. So I walked away. You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, the Masons never did nothing for nobody in the community. They all talk, fish fries, parties, stuff like that. 10B, it's the same thing.
Right. I hear you. Those 51 jobs that you see hanging up in the hub and everywhere, now they're saying they're not the 22 fours. They saying that they regular jobs. They regular jobs. But we'll find out. That's what the hall is saying. They're regular jobs. So we just have to wait and see. We're gonna find out. Hey, you know.
Where these regular jobs came from.
I don't know.
Like,
51 out of nowhere, an election year.
I know Kissy Thomas is listening, right? So what happened is, Hook and I talked about something. So what happened is, you know, you can get offended if you think this is about you or not. I call names, don't make a difference. So what happened is, if I get this place, if I get this place from a job, right, and they create a new job for me, right? That was the job somebody else should have had, right or wrong?
Right.
Okay. So if I got this place from a job and you gave me a job, Kissy Thomas should have had that job. If you making jobs,
right? Yeah. If you're making jobs, right. And they got 51 of them just out of thin air.
Out thin air.
Don't know don't nobody know anything about where they coming from. They just.
Well, everybody need to know.
An election year.
Election year is always like that, right? So election year, 51 jobs, right? And they're gonna have Clemson Park. They're gonna have shirts and everything in Clemson Park, right? Everybody goes to Clemson Park right before election. Oh, they agree. But think about this. You went to Clemson Park in 2013. The kids had a good time, but Unity took your health care.
Ooh, that was deep. That was. Hey, I can't even get. Man, I got a bill the other day for my wife, $1,000. Never had those bills before. Never. I'm getting them all the time. You know, it's a shame, but that's a story for another day. That's a story for another day.
My man Sid, I know he don't care. So what happened is they didn't explain the procedures to Team Care. His bill was $27,000. $27,000 because they didn't tell him how Team Care worked. So the union helped him. I think they got knocked down to 8. 8. Shit, talking about jump. They got knocked down to 8. I mean 8. It should be 0. I should be 0, right? And I found out something, right? Our union is weak, right? Because I found out that other locals, they call Team Care and get problems taken care of. I'm talking about, you know what I mean, with a bill or something like that, right? Our people don't do that. And so, like, we talking about our local, right? So what happened is, guy had a problem. He stopped me this morning. He said, Jump, Clarence gave me the phone number to the union hall. This is the right number? I'm like, yeah. Tell me, Jump, I can't get through, right? I said, yeah, now, because when you call, he said, I can't get through. I said, but when you call, 1 for Richard Hooker, 2 for Jumbo, right? Hold up. We paying a salary. You can't get a secretary. You can't get the office manager, and you can't get somebody. They don't need to be all. If they too busy to answer the phone, you don't need to vote for them. But listen, October, November, they be saying, vote for me, vote for me. That's the only time you stand.
Right. Well, Miss Riley, they got some bids up there in front of the centers if you want to sign them. There's 51 of them, and I think they got some hub jobs. I think like a couple of hub jobs, or like 1 or 2 down there. But yeah, just sign them and see what happens. There's 51 of them, so you know, check it out. Well, we getting ready to do this drawing to see who got the TV. All right, I'm gonna let the trustee, the elected official, pull it out of the bag, and we want to say thank you guys for doing and participating. A lot of times, man, you know, when people give you, you know, their hard-earned money, man, you know, they don't have to do it. And like something that always stick to me, it says, people don't have to be nice, and if they are nice, they don't have to be nice to you. And so we appreciate it. We thank y'all for it, and for this is going to help us with like flyering and shirts and everything that you see us put out. We're going to do another one probably in a couple months, because you know, we got to keep putting the pressure on. And like I said, I know that a lot of people keep saying, oh, they're done. But I'm gonna tell you something. They've been in their office, the core group, for about almost 2 decades. They're gonna do whatever they can to stay in there another 2 decades if they can. So it's not over. Just because you done had 2 BAs step down, 1 stepped down off the whole board, and just because people done gave us 2 bad contracts back to back.
And cut you off. You said he stepped down. We don't know if he stepped down or he was fired.
Yeah. We don't. Like I said, we don't really know what's going on with that. But we know is that he's no longer on the board. They didn't, you know, concession after concession. Let the company do whatever they want to do. You guys see it, but now you guys got to put it on paper. So All right, now we got this thing going on just in time for the Super Bowl. Go Tom Brady.
Shake him up. All right, my hands, listen. Ain't nothing on my hands now. I don't want nobody saying Jumbo had the ticket already in his hands.
Oh, shut. Go ahead. What you got? What you got?
It's 2 of them. Can you bring them all up?
I tried to. Just take it out because it's going to be connected. Yo, Billy, we got Meow. So I put
Meow. No, that was big. Meow.
Because I know that was you. So Billy Mcclain, appreciate you, man. Thank you. Let me know. Matter of fact, you don't stay too far from me, so I could just drop it off. You know, just call me and let me know because you don't stay too far from me. Maybe like about 4 or 5 blocks. So that's pretty good. Appreciate you, Billy. Thank you, man. So I'll call you when I get home or when I get in the car, let you know that you won. We appreciate it. Jumbo, what you got?
All right, listen. Me and Meow's tight. Don't start. I don't want to hear no BS from nobody. All right, we see we pick. So listen. So we got to talk about other things. We got a lot of things to talk about. Only an hour. So we're gonna talk about the Oregon Avenue preload jobs, right? So Bobby B, Mike Dragon, Joe Stewart, and Matt Gilbert. They've been signing for years. I think they've been signing for like 20 years, right? And they pretty high up in seniority. Mike Brown got one. Yeah. He's got a job. But the only thing about it, Mike Brown got a job, right? And then the union told him he had to call seniority. It don't work like that. When you got a job, the union's supposed to start as hooker. You start next week. This is your hour. Right. Why you got to call and deal with HR? They ain't doing their job. So all I'm saying is, a lot of people want the job. They want to get down Oregon Avenue. Right. Mike Dragon, I hope you're listening, because you always say I never take care of you. Mike Dragon, Bobby B, Joe Stewart, Matt Gilbert. A lot of other people. They've been signing their job, Oregon Avenue. They got seniority, and they should have them jobs. You understand what I'm saying? This is, once again, I'm saying, seniority means nothing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. These are 4, I know 3 of them, top seniority guys. Matt Gilbert's high, Bobby B's high, Mike Dragon is high. So what I'm saying is, why not just post them? Richard Hooker got this job. This is seniority. Post them so we can see it is fair.
They're going to have to do that. They're going to have to do that.
Then they got a website, but the website don't work. And Bobby Curry, I know you listening, Bobby Curry says the website is not updated because I'm not up there.
You're not.
And he also said, Joe, they didn't take Rob Wumpy down. Well, you know it's going to take a while.
They take him down. I think George's still up there. Well, it's fine for George to be up there. Like, I think they gave him some like type of respect or something. But they got Hester. They never took him down. They never put a picture up of him. It just has his name.
And never put my name up.
Yeah, they ain't got your picture or your name up there. You know, and that's sad. I mean, and these are the guys that people keep voting for. Just little stuff like that make a big difference. You know, it really does. That's why I'm hoping people pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on.
All right, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Philadelphia. I know all across the country. Supposed to be the coldest days of the year.
Yeah.
So like I said, you got 6 days usual. So listen, we're going to be at the gates. We're going to have petitions for Richard Hooker for BA, and we're also going to be having out copies of what happened. Rob Wartenby has written a statement of what happened. So we're getting 1,500 copies a day. We'll be at the gates. Some people say we shouldn't do it, right? But Hooker, I told Hooker, he said transparency. We got to let the members know what happened. And we can't say Jumbo said, Rob said. Right. You got to read it for yourself.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't be right if we didn't hand it out and if we're going to talk about everything, we got to talk about everything. So we'll be out the gate. If you want to find out what happened, and we got stuff what's going on with the contract. You know what I mean? And like I said, if we make a statement, we're going to back it up.
Right. And then also, even if you're not going to be, if we don't see you at the gates, you can go on our page. Matter of fact, I'll pin the post so you can actually read the letter that Rob printed out about what happened, and then you can also read the Warner letter that Bill Shanahan gave Rob for that particular flyer that he written. Now, it has to be more than that. I wish Rob would have spoke up at the meeting. He has his reasons why he didn't. I think he said he didn't want to go back and forth with a shout match or whatever. But I think if for all of us to get transparency and clarity on what really happened,
you gotta say something.
Then we need to know. You know what I mean? And we don't know who the BA is. We still don't know who that is yet. We know that Jeff Hester is the trustee, but not the BA. So we don't know who's the new BA. Or will there be another BA? We don't know.
Well, it's gonna be another BA, all right? Because they short 2 people now. They short 2 people. They short.
Well, they just short 1 BA.
No, they short 2 people for the election. A BA and 2 people, because I'm not with them.
Right.
So they short 2 people, right? So what happened is, with Shanahan, is always about saving money. So he's gonna drag his feet to the last minute, right? And what happening is, they're trying to sit back and see who's the best person for BA, right? By right, they said I'm supposed to be the next BA, right?
Well, they normally do that. Let's move everybody up. I mean, from as long as I've been here,
right.
And I know you've been here longer than me, and I know this has been the practice.
Right.
Whoever's in the board, if somebody retire or step down or whatever, then they move the next person up. That's how it's always been. Past practice, they always preach that, right? Well, past practice is Jumbo should be the next BA.
Yeah, well, you know why they don't want me to be next BA? Because when Matt Gilbert and I was shop store, right? Yo, we only answered to George. We didn't really answer to George, right? Shanahan, answer to Shanahan, and Shanahan trying to tell Matt Gilbert at one time, right? What? And Joni trying to tell Matt Gilbert that answer to what? We run the building. You understand what I'm saying, right? Listen, it's just bad. It's just bad, right? Yeah. And it's sad that I go through the building and management tease me. They let me jump. They tell me jump. We glad y'all fight. We glad y'all fight. But management, listen, management is certain management labor are really, they don't want us in office. Because they know we're going to fight.
Right.
Some of us want us there. Some of us really want us there, right? Because we know, listen, we might be tough, but we're fair.
Yeah.
You always remember that. We're tough, but we're fair.
Right.
Right? And that's all I can say. We're fair. You know what I mean?
Right. And we got a few more minutes here. I want to just talk about some of the things we talked about earlier with what happened at the meeting and to the conversation I had with one of our brothers, I think it was on Monday. He was concerned about the whole racial aspect of the leadership and the name. And we talked about that earlier. And everybody got to understand this. It's not about race. The company we work for don't care about who you are, what you look like, what sexual orientation you are. If they want you out of that building, if they want to harass you, they don't care what you look like. They're going to do it. And so for all our brothers and sisters at this local, we got to have that same mindset. We don't care what you look like. We want to know if you're going to fight for us, if you're going to protect us, and if you're going to mean what you say and do what you mean. But as of right now, we don't have that in the leadership. We got people in there, man, that do what they won't stand up for you. They won't stand up to Hoffa. They try to sabotage us for going to go fight for the members, stand up to Hoffa. They don't care about you getting bad contracts, and it has nothing to do with the color of your skin. It has everything to do with, are they for you or are they against you?
And you know what I mean? E-Boy's weak. They done did some things to us, and they done did a lot of things to me, right? Listen, yo, like I said, I'm at the bottom of the hill, whether you fire me or not. Whether y'all get me fired or not, right? And like I said, any female, Oregon Avenue, or at the airport, I take all the females to breakfast on Friday. All y'all welcome. Know what I mean? I stand on my reputation. Like I said, once again, any female that wants to come to breakfast, we take them to breakfast, and might even get a bottle on top of that. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. Well, I don't see the next group, so we just keep talking until they come. But congratulations, Meow, Billy Mcclain. Appreciate you, and everybody that that participated, man. We thank you so much. We're going to keep doing it. Make sure you pick up one of these flyers. Like I said, there's a new series we came out with as new leaders, because the consensus is that we need change. I'm talking about from the people that support us and the people that have been supporting the people in office for years. We need change. But like the brother asked me, he just wanted to make sure, he wanted me to ease his nerves and to stop him from being anxious about, everything. I had to tell him, hey, listen, we are going to fight for every single person. Every single person. It does not matter where you come from, how old you are, the color of your skin, your culture. It does not matter. What matters to us is that you protect it, that your rights are protected and upheld, and that UPS will not dominate you just because they feel that they can. They're the company. That's what we're going to do. because we do it now. It's not something that we're going to start doing. We've been doing it, and we will continue to do it because that's who we are.
Yeah, we got a situation at the airport. We always got a situation. But the situation is, right, we have a brother that attends horrendous. But when he's there, he's a good worker. Great work when he's there. That's what Marvin always said, John. When Hooker here, he's a good worker. All right. So what happened is, he done had 100 last chance agreement, 5-day suspension, this and that, right? So they saying that's it. So now I stepped in this morning, and I'm like, look, the guy's a good worker. I'm going to jump when he's here, right? He said, I'm going to jump. We done did everything for him. I said, listen, let me give a Hooker, let me give a bag, and we see what we want. So I'm going to jump. Do y'all want to burn one on him? It's like to say if we bring him back, it's sad to say, he won't call out neither when he call out, right? Mm-hmm. So what happened is, they saying, you want to burn one on him, but down the road you want to burn one on Hooker or Clarence, you ain't got it no more. See what I'm saying, right? So it's a hard decision. The guy's a good guy. When he's good working, when he's there, right? So these decisions you got to make. It's like, you know, everybody can say we cold or we strictly been it. You got to come to time when you got to decide whether it's worth the fight or you got to cut. We listen. Clarence done represent the boy 100 times. Hooker done represent him. I done got him out jams and everything, right? But he won't come to work. Great. Boy, work. Good worker. But, you know, so now, I mean, if somebody want to call him, we don't know what to do. I mean, should we burn it or not? The three of us got to get together and try to bring him back.
The goal is you always keep the member working, you know, and then whatever happens after that, you know, because I've had this done on midnight plenty of times where I've had to, you know, keep going to the next extent until finally the member actually worked himself out of a job. But you always got to keep him there and let him or her make the decision. Did he want to keep the job? But our job is to make sure they continue to work. Now it's up to them if they're going to either let UPS get him out of there or they're going to do the right thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but like I said, like he done. But you know, I think we could bring him back. I think it's a chance.
Oh yeah, we got to bring him back.
Right?
Got to bring him back.
So now the other thing, the other question is, I don't know if you got this question or not, right? Jumbo, I'm leaving. Am I gonna get my retro check?
Now it's good you asked that question because the guy this morning said the same thing. And one of our guys, a real good worker, I think he just got a full-time job somewhere else. And he said, hey, listen, you know, if I leave, am I going to get my retro check? I said, listen, you're going to have to stay on top of it. Call the union hall, call HR, constantly, yo, just keep every like once a week, let them know, hey, look, listen, what's going on with the contract, what's going on with my retro, because they're not going to call them. So that's my advice. If you are thinking about quitting or leaving or another opportunity came up, make sure you get the union hall's number before you leave and make sure you get HR's number before you leave, so you can keep in contact with them, and when the contract is finally settled, they can make arrangements for you to get your money. But you're going to have to do the work, because I'm telling you, neither party is going to call you. The hall or the company is not going to call you and tell you, hey, the contract ratified, here go your money. They're not going to do that, so you're going to have to do it. So everybody that's thinking about, you know, whatever the case may be, maybe you got another job, you don't want to do it no more, whatever the case may be, you're going to have to stay on top of it.
And just like they found 51 jobs, right? Like the part-time, I got part-timers like 17, 18 years. And it's just wrong. It's just wrong what they're doing. You know what I mean? They should have been full-time. They should have been full-time. It's a bad situation. Now all of a sudden you got 51 jobs.
Out of nowhere.
I mean, it's just bad. What do you tell them? You know what I mean? I got one guy that they done jerked him around, Greg Lomax. They done jerked him around so much driving, right? He said, Jump, I don't even want to do it no more. I ain't want to do it no more. He said, I'm going somewhere else. And it's sad that you got guys that really, really work, right? And now they saying, you know what I mean? Just like you got some part-timers say, Jump, I don't even want to go full-time. Bunch of baloney. It's ridiculous.
Right. I hear you. I mean, and then you see, I think Miss Gwen, on one of her quotes that she gave me for the flyer, she put up there.
5 years, she going to retire.
Right. She said, no, I'll go full-time now. When 4 years, it's going to take me 4 years to get up to top rate. So I'm going to have 1 year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Progression used to be 24 months. I got guys doing 48 months
yeah.
progression, which is wrong.
It is.
48 months, but that's what Hartford and our E-board agreed to, right? 24 months, I mean, I think it should be 12 months. 24 months would be fair. But 48 months,
48.
You know how much money they losing? That's ridiculous.
20
you know what I'm saying, right? And you know, our E-board didn't even want to bring that up. All they care about themselves. They don't want to talk about 48-month progression, but every time we get a raise, they want a raise.
Right, and it's funny you said that, and I think one of our earlier shows we talked about it. It's funny how when this whole pension thing came about, which they never told us why it was short, by the way, they put out a paper saying, this is how much money you're going to lose for the rest of your career, right? But they didn't do the same thing for the people that was going to be in this 48 progression.
Right.
All this money that our family is going to be losing because of what? And that's the part that's why you got to have transparency. You got to have it when it make you look bad. You got to have it when it make you look like you're the hero. You got to have it. You got to have it non-stop. And that's what you're going to get from us no matter what. No matter if Hooker, man, you told me you was going to do this and you haven't done it yet. But you're going to know about it because you're going to see it. I ain't going to be trying to wait nowhere hiding. You know what I mean? That's how it's got to be. Because the more transparent you are, you gain more trust that way. Regardless if you like what happened, at least you know you can trust me.
Just like, you know, they beat me up. The hub beat me up. Shirts and hoodies coming. I mean, they beat me up. One crew beat me up so bad.
Right.
2 Mondays ago, right? I had to go order about 40 hoodies, right? I had my wife's credit card. She gonna kill me, right? So what happened is I had one lady, great team's assistant, right? Stopped at the bottom of the hill. I thought she was gonna knock me out. Come on, you gave somebody a pink hoodie. Where my hoodie at? I said, oh, let me find you something. I found. I mean, and I didn't think she acted like that, right? I had to find her something, right? But listen, you know, our union don't give away nothing free. We give a lot of shirts and hoodies away.
Yeah.
It's coming out of our own pocket.
Right.
It takes a minute. You understand what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
Mr. Anthony Battle, I hope you're listening. The hoodie on the way.
Yeah, he was beating me up the other night.
Jumbo.
He beat me up the other
right?
night.
Boy, I try and blame it on Hooker, right? Hooker blames it on me. I think Hines blames it on him, right?
Right.
But, you know, Joe and his crew, Joe got a hoodie. Joe and his crew, ho, ho, ho. That's what they break my balls. Ho, 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 right?
Right.
Yo, hoodie's coming. Orlando, stop breaking my chops.
Yeah, I got to holler at you about that too, about the hoodie. I saw Coretta this morning. She had like a purple one on. So I said, yo, how you get the purple one, man? I ain't got a purple one. She said, well, the man was in his truck. He just gave it to me. I said, I'm going to go holler at that man. That man giving you out of the truck. I ain't got one. But no, but that, yeah, but we thank y'all for the support, though. We thank y'all for wanting the hoodies. We thank y'all for wearing them. And I'm telling you guys, we are very appreciative of what you guys have been doing for us. None of this would be possible if it weren't for you guys. All the encouragement, all the text messaging, just everything you guys are doing, man. We're very, very appreciative because you don't have to do it. You really don't, and we appreciate what you guys are doing for us. We love everybody. Like I said, man. No matter who you are, no matter if you got beef with us, we don't have no beef with anybody. Like I put that challenge back out there again. If you are running for office, I think it will be a good idea for all of us to put on a display of what we've been doing, plan on doing, continue to do from this last election cycle. You know, I think it would be good for us to get together and coming down here may be biased, but like I said, we got other avenues that we could use that'll help us out. Labor Justice Radio have already said they would do it. You guys have got to, we got to do this for the membership. If that's what you're running for, sit down, let them hear it. You know, because they see what we've done. They want to see what you've done and hear what you plan on doing. You know what I mean? But if you're not doing anything and haven't done anything, they're not gonna understand why you don't want to show up. But that's your choice. You know what I mean? But but we got to do something. Give the members what they want, because that's what they're paying for.
Yeah, like I said, put us down there for 36 months. Listen, I'm telling you now, if you come to me and say, Jumbo, you're doing a lousy job, I ain't running no more. I won't run. Listen, I don't want to stay somewhere where you said that I'm not doing my job, right? And you know what everybody says? Everybody said, listen, Jumbo been on the side of the road since 2011, and he ain't getting paid. Imagine if he was getting paid.
Right. You know, like the last about 4 or 5 years, we done been everywhere.
Right.
Spent all kind of money.
Right.
traveling this, that, and the other, trying to get the message of positivity and progress and change and this, that, and the other. And you know, we got to keep doing it because it's in our heart. But the only way it can really take effect in the level that it needs to is people have to vote. You got to give us a chance. And that's all we need is a chance. We're not trying to be in there for 20 years like these guys. Listen, that's why we're going to train the people up to come behind us and do the job. Because there's going to be another Jumbo. There's going to be another Hooker. There's going to be another Bagby with the same ambition. They're going to have some new ideas, and that's what we want. That's what this is about. It's about teaching the next man or the next woman. Get them ready for leadership. Leadership creates more leaders. Good ones. That's what a good leader would do. You're going to create more leaders because you're not going to be in that position forever. It's not. That position does not belong to you. It belongs to the membership. Yeah. That's where it belongs at. But these guys have forgotten that, and now they think they own it, and now they, oh, no. No, it belongs to the members. If we get in there, man, we do a lousy job like Jumbo, man, I'm done. I'm not going to run. For what? Yeah. I proved to you guys that I can't do the job, so why am I going to waste any more of your time? Or your money. Right. Or your money. So you guys got to make that decision.
Yeah, like Hooker said, you know, I'm in total agreement with it, right? Because what happened? A young man ran against you. What's his name? What's his name? Alternate.
Yeah, my alternate. Yeah, Eric Taylor.
Yeah, but had men of talk, right? He said, John, I said, listen, man, we don't have a problem with you running against Hooker.
Yeah.
I said, listen, you're doing a good job, right? I said, one day you're going to run against us. No. Listen, man. Listen, cut it out. If you're doing a good job, you should run against us, right?
Right.
I mean, we want you to, that's what we grooming you for.
Right.
You know what I mean? And now, Matt Gilbert. I don't know if Matt Gilbert listened, but I ain't gonna. Matt Gilbert told last night. He said, "Yeah, what turned you into a real punk?" I'm like, "Why you said that, right?" He said, "You was over there sucking up the Dana. Now you sucking up the Ron Bennett." I said, "No, Matt. It's about the union. It's about what it's going to make, what it takes to make our union great, and that's what it is. You understand?" So I told Matt. I said, "Matt, you know I'm crazy, but it comes a time when you got to talk. It comes a time when you got to be tough, right? Listen. So Matt, if Hook turned me into a punk, I'm a punk."
No, hey man, I ain't turning him to no punk, man. He's still who he is. He ain't no punk. You know what I mean? So yeah, he ain't no punk. But like he was saying though, we try to do something real special here, and we understand that 623 is a very dynamic local, because you have a lot of good people here with a lot of good ideas and stuff like that. And we just want to try to get everybody on the same page. Now, we know everybody ain't going to be on the same page. We understand that. But what we got to do is let the members know and let them see that if the people don't want to do it, then that's not on us. We done mentioned it a few times on the show that, you know, everybody come down here or we go downtown and let the members see what you've done, what you plan on doing. So what we gotta do something with getting into the door locked down there. All right. So you guys gotta make a decision on what you guys want to do.
Hey, make sure you tell them before you go. Make sure you tell them, like, listen. Everybody said, "Why I ain't fight last time?" Tell them why I ain't fight last time.
Fight where?
And then the union meeting. Tell them why I ain't had to fight.
Hey, the reason why he ain't fight, man, because that stuff is over with. It's over with. It's
what we chose.
Right. You know what I mean? I mean, what you know, what we put out there is what, you know, a lot of people been saying. Now I know it's more to it with that flyer, but we'll never know. We'll never know. Warrenby will have to come out and say it. I'm hoping he does, but you know, that's his call. That's between him and Shanahan. But the problem, there is a problem on that board. You can't have two BA step down, one step completely off the board. Forget how it looks politically. Look how it looks, you know, for the membership. Look how it looks for the company. You know, we falling apart, and then the people saying that the leader is weak, and he's proven that. Then what you going to do? So everybody got to wake up, and we got to make the decision not based on how somebody looks. Content, context, and character have to be, you know, what you're voting for. You know, so again, we're gonna get ready and get out of here. We got the next crew coming up. Our sister with the Poor People's Economic and Human Rights Campaign, They do a great show. They do a lot of great things for the community. That's why I'm glad that we partner up with them to help them out and they help us out. Because it's going to take everybody to help everybody. It takes everybody to help everybody.
Yeah, I don't know if Glenn Kenworth is listening or not, right? But Glenn, I'm not going to fight with you, Glenn. Glenn, listen, you and I both, we did a lot of campaigning in 2015. And 2015, 2016, you slept in the car, I slept in the car. Okay, that was then. The people didn't vote. Fred Zuckerman never wanted to be general president. All right, so now he don't want to be general president. Sean O'Brien's going to be general president. We got to accept that. Glenn Kenworth, you keep beating me up. I'm not going to fight with you. All right, we back in Sean O'Brien, general president, 2021. Yo. You know, me and you, they said I was the bad guy. You and I went to Geno Steaks. We had steaks. You found out I wasn't the bad guy. So listen, let's go to Geno Steaks and talk about it.
All right, good people, we're going to get out of here.
I got to come see you, too.
All right, we appreciate everything that's going on. God bless, we love you. Don't forget, we got to vote. We got to vote. It's coming up. All right, 9 months is going to go by real quick. So make sure you guys put it on paper. All right, make sure you guys do the right thing. We can't keep going down the same road because you're afraid about how someone looks. Look at the company we work for. You don't care how you look, or your color, or your creed. They're going to get rid of you. So as a union, we got to do the same thing. The consensus is that everybody knows we need change, and we got to make sure we do it, all right? Peace out. 623 Lives Matter. We love you guys. And thank you guys again.